Then something floated to the surface. A body. People screamed. Men jumped in quickly. They carried Peller out. He was breathing, slowly. In a small village, there was a woman named Amaka. She had been married for 12 years, no child. Every year, people asked questions. Are you pregnant yet? When will we hear good news? At first, she smiled. Later, she stopped smiling. Her husband tried to comfort her, but he also felt the shame. In that village, people talked. Some said she was cursed. Some said her family had done something wrong long ago. She went to hospitals in the town. She went to prayer houses. She drank herbs. Nothing worked. Every morning she walked to the river to fetch water. The river was quiet and wide. Women gathered there to wash clothes and talk. But Amaka did not talk. After filling her bucket, she always sat on the same flat stone beside the river. She would stare at the water. Then she would cry, not loud, just silent tears. One morning the sky was gray. The air felt heavy. She finished fetching water and sat on her stone again. She cried harder that day. "I just want one child," she whispered. The water moved. She did not notice at first. Then she heard a soft voice. "Why do you cry every day?" Amaka froze. She looked around. No one. The other women had left. The voice came again. "Do not be afraid." The water near her stone began to shake. A woman slowly rose from the river. Her skin was pale. Her hair was long and wet. Amaka fell back in fear. She wanted to run, but her legs felt weak. The woman from the river spoke calmly. "I will not hurt you." Amaka's voice shook. What are you?" "I live in this river." The air felt cold. The river woman looked at Amaka carefully. "I know your pain." Amaka started crying again. "I have no child," she said. "I have tried everything." The river woman stayed quiet for a moment. Then she said, "I can give you a child." Amaka stopped breathing. "What?" "But there will be a rule." "I will do anything," Amaka said quickly. "Anything." The river woman's face became serious. "The child must never come to this river, not to fetch water, not to swim, not to play." Amaka nodded fast. "Yes, I promise." "If he ever steps into this river," the river woman continued, "the river will take him." Amaka's heart beat hard. She hesitated for a second. Then she said, "I agree." The river woman stretched out her hand. "Give me your calabash." Amaka slowly handed it over. The river woman sank back into the water. The river became still again. After some time, she rose again and gave the calabash back. "Use this water to bathe," she said. "Be careful. Do not spill it." Then she disappeared. Amaka ran home carefully, holding the calabash like a baby. She locked her door. She bathed with the water. She did not tell anyone what happened. 2 months later, she missed her period. 3 months later, her belly began to grow. The village was shocked. The day she gave birth, rain fell heavily. Thunder shook the sky. The midwife worked for hours. Amaka screamed in pain. Her husband waited outside, pacing. Then, the baby cried. It was a boy. But something was strange. The baby had small natural dreadlocks on his head. The midwife looked confused. Amaka held the child close. She remembered the river. She remembered the warning. She whispered, "You will never go near that river." They named him Peller. By the time Peller was 8 years old, he began showing signs of his powers. An old man in the village was very sick. He could not stand. He could not eat. People said he would die soon. One afternoon, Peller followed his mother to the man's house. The room smelled of medicine and sweat. The old man was shaking. Peller walked close to him. He looked at the man quietly. Then he touched his hand. "Do not worry," Peller said softly. The old man stopped shaking. Everyone in the room froze. The old man opened his eyes wide. He sat up slowly. "I feel better," he said. He stood up. The family screamed in shock. By evening, the whole village was talking. The small boy had healed the old man. 1 week later, a blind woman came. She had not seen for 10 years. Her daughter led her to Amaka's house. "Please," she begged, "let your son pray for my mother." Amaka felt fear. She remembered the river, but she allowed it. Peller came outside. The blind woman knelt in front of him. "Child," she said, "if you can help me, please help." Peller touched her eyes. The air became very quiet. Even the birds stopped making noise. "Open your eyes," he said. She opened them slowly. At first she blinked, then she screamed. "I can see." She grabbed her daughter. "I can see your face." People began to gather. Some cried, some shouted. From that day, people came every day. By the time Peller was 15 years old, his powers had grown stronger. He had 2 close friends, Emeka and Toby. They played football together in the dusty field. They laughed together. But sometimes his friends would test him. "Will it rain tomorrow?" Emeka asked once. Peller looked at the sky. Then he shook his head. No rain. The next day was dry. Another time Toby asked, "Will teacher beat us tomorrow?" Peller smiled. Yes. The next day, the teacher beat the class for noise. His friends started to believe fully. But one evening, his mother asked him something. "You see the future of others. Can you see your own?" Peller became quiet. "I try," he said. "But when I try, everything is black. I see nothing." Amaka felt fear again. She remembered the river woman's warning. She never allowed him to go near the river. If other boys went swimming, he stayed home. If they fetched water, he stayed inside. His friends started to notice. Peller was now 18. People came from other villages. They brought sick children. They brought old women. They brought men who could not walk. Sometimes the house was full from morning to night. Peller would sit quietly. He would touch the sick person. Some got better that same day. Some got better slowly. But most of them left smiling. At first, Emeka and Toby felt proud. "That is our friend," they would say. But after some time, something changed. When they walked with Peller, people did not greet them. They greeted only him. "Good afternoon, miracle boy. God bless you, Peller." Nobody noticed the 2 friends. One evening after football, they sat under a mango tree. Toby kicked the sand. "He thinks he is special." Emeka nodded. "Every time we go to the river, he says his mother said no." Toby laughed. "Maybe he is just scared." They both laughed, but the laugh was not friendly. Peller turned 18. His mother decided to celebrate. Not a big party, just small food, rice, stew, soft drinks. Children came. Music played from a small speaker. Peller looked happy that day. For once, he was just a normal boy. No sick people, no crying mothers, just laughter. At night, after everyone left, Amaka held her son's face. "Please," she said softly, "remember what I told you. Never go near the river." Peller nodded. "I know, Mama." But outside, Emeka and Toby were talking. "Tomorrow we go swimming," Emeka said. "We will call him." "He will refuse," Toby said. "Not this time." The next day was hot. The sun was strong. The boys met outside Peller's house. "Come," Emeka said. "Let's go to the river, just to watch." "My mother said no," Peller replied. Toby stepped closer. "Are you a baby?" Peller stayed quiet. "We are your friends," Emeka added. "Nothing will happen." Peller felt uncomfortable. For a moment, he closed his eyes. He tried to see the future. Black, just black. His heart beat fast. "I should stay," he whispered. But the boys were already walking. "Just come," Toby said. You don't have to swim." After some seconds, Peller followed them. The river looked normal, calm, shiny under the sun. Other boys were already swimming, laughing, splashing water. Peller stood far from the edge. His chest felt tight. "Come closer," Emeka shouted from inside the water. "I'm fine here," Peller said. Toby came out and grabbed his hand. "Stop acting strange." They pulled him closer. His feet touched the wet sand. He felt cold. Suddenly the air changed. The water stopped moving. The boys inside the river became quiet. Then the water rose slightly. Not big waves, just one strong movement. Peller screamed. The water wrapped around his legs. He tried to pull back. "Help me!" he shouted. Emeka froze. Toby stepped back. The water pulled hard. Peller disappeared. Just like that, the river became calm again. No blood, no sound, nothing. The two boys ran. They ran to the village. They were shaking. "He fell!" Emeka shouted. "The river took him!" Toby cried. Amaka dropped the plate she was holding. Her body went weak. "No," she whispered. She ran, barefoot. People followed her. They reached the river. It looked normal, too normal. Amaka fell on her knees. Give me my son," she screamed. No answer. Amaka did not leave the river. "Day 1, she cried loudly. People tried to carry her home. She refused. Day 2, her voice became weak. She did not eat. She did not drink. Day 3, rain fell. She stayed there. Her clothes were wet. Day 4, her lips were dry. She kept begging. "I agreed to your rule, please, please." Day 5, people started whispering, "She has lost her mind." Day 6, she could not stand again. She crawled closer to the water. Day 7, she lay on the same stone where everything began. Her voice was almost gone. "Take my life," she said softly, "but give me my son." The water moved, slowly. The river woman rose again. She looked serious. "You broke the rule," Amaka cried weakly. "He is a child, they forced him." "There is a price," the river woman said. "What price?" "Your son will return, but he will be normal. No healing, no miracles, no future sight." Amaka did not think twice. "I agree." "And the two boys," the river woman continued. "They will lose their sight forever." Amaka closed her eyes. She nodded. "I agree." The river woman sank back into the water. Minutes passed. Then something floated to the surface. A body. People screamed. Men jumped in quickly. They carried Peller out. He was breathing, slowly. Amaka crawled to him. "Peller!" His eyes opened. He looked confused. "Mama!" She cried and held him tight. The two friends stood behind the crowd. Suddenly, Amaka rubbed his eyes. "I can't see!" Toby started screaming. "Why is everything dark?" Panic spread. Their parents rushed forward. But it was too late. Both boys were blind. Peller survived. But something had changed. The next week, a sick woman came again. She begged him to help. Peller touched her hand. Nothing happened. He tried again. Nothing. He looked at his mother. "I can't feel it anymore," he said. She forced a smile. "It's okay." Life slowly became normal. No more crowds, no more miracles, just a simple boy. He went back to school. He played football again, but he never went near the river. The two blind boys learned to walk with sticks. They stopped laughing loudly. They stopped teasing others. The village never forgot what happened. And the river? It stayed quiet, like it always does.
Please, don't forget to like and subscribe. Please.